Yo YouTube, what's going on? AJ here, back at it again with another video. And in today's video we're going to be showing you guys what Shorekeeper's animations potentially could be. We're going to be using a prime example from Kuro's other game called PGR, because there's something in Shorekeeper's kit right now that talks about a domain. So we're going to show off something like that, a prime example. We're going to talk about how this animation could not only be power creep animation, as well as we're going to talk about Shorekeeper and how she's going to impact the actual meta, and if power creep is a real thing, and is she the start of a new wave of characters to come out. With that being said, if you like the content on the channel, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as I appreciate all the support, guys. We're at 3.5k, looking to push for 4, get to 10. We're trying to be the top Wuthering creator in the space. Thank you guys for always showing me the support, and let's get into the video. All right, guys, so first off, let's talk about what I'm talking about, the domain. Okay guys, shout out to Rexland for putting out this video about a year ago, but I found something that caught my eye, and this character is called Lamia. Now Rexland shows this video off Cradle Parade PV, Lamia S Dark Attacker. Now this character, not sure what her archetype or anything is, however she has a domain. Same thing we're hearing about Shorekeeper. We're hearing that Shorekeeper has some sort of domain and some crazy attacks. We don't know what's true, guys, yet. Take it with a grain of salt. We're kind of waiting for official details, as Kuro's been holding their cards close to their chest for Shorekeeper. I felt like it's going to be a big character, but one animation I wanted to show you guys off is, look at this. Watch this animation off. Look at her attack, but watch this. Look at the domain. Look at this. This turns into the domain. Look at how she's moving and she's attacking. This whole thing, the whole map and the combat area she's in, she turns into this crazy water domain. I'll backtrack and show it to you guys one more time, because I think this was amazing to actually look at. But look at this. She turns the whole field into this water zone, and then she gets these crazy animations, and she's pulling off all types of amazing visual features, which it should not be surprising by anybody from Kuro games, because given how they've done Gen C, given how they've done Chang-Li, they've gone over the top with these characters especially. Now I want to talk to you guys and move over about how this can affect the meta. But before we do get over, I want to talk about the domain aspect. We keep hearing that Shorekeeper is going to have something with a butterfly, something with domain in her kit and stuff like that. So this is not out of the realm of possibility for Kuro, and the animation team is going to kill it. Let's move over to the tier list. All right, guys, so if you remember last time, this is my last time's tier list, what I have. I haven't updated it. I haven't changed it yet. I will have my updated thoughts when Zhang Liao releases about who I'm going to change on the tier list. There is going to be some changes going forward for that. Probably potentially huge changes when he releases. I'm thinking about adding one more tier as well. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you guys want like a S tier and SS tier, or do you guys want like an S tier, OP tier, best in slot? I feel like I should add one more tier to the list, and we'll get into that when Zhang Liao's video comes out and that stuff too. But let's talk about this woman right here, Miss Shorekeeper. Now, how is Miss Shorekeeper going to impact the meta? Well, if we take what we've learned so far about the game and what we're hearing, right, guys, a lot of characters have gotten buffed this patch. I've talked about how Lin Yang was going to get a potential buff, Jian Xin was going to get a potential buff because of, you know, Zhang Liao's weapon and stuff like that. And Lin Yang getting, you know, if you have Jay-Z, then Lin Yang was going to move up anyway. The interesting thing now with Shorekeeper is we keep hearing rumors about the Shorekeeper is going to do damage. She's going to give damage amplification and heal. Now, when a character is that overloaded, guys, you have to keep in mind that now it becomes something where it's just not a healer anymore. You know what I mean? So this is what I think too, what's happening with Shorekeeper. Do I think Shorekeeper is going to heal more than Verena? No, I think Verena will be the stronger healer. However, and this is big, guys, for you guys to, and you should listen up to this. I do think, though, Shorekeeper will be more valuable than Verena as a single unit, like if we were to compare sustains, just because we're getting to this point now, guys, where units, I don't think they can be as simple as when we started off. And I think Kuro's bringing to the attention now, like, hey, units aren't just going to be like, a DPS isn't going to be a DPS. A DPS can be a dual DPS driver, kind of like Miss Chang-Li over here. Obviously, we're going to have what I call 0 to 100 units who want to stay on field. You have your Jians, your Zhang Liaos, your Cal Charles, anybody who wants to stay on field 100 miles per hour. Next, we have are sub DPSs who are proven to be not only buffing the current element and making those guys strong, but as well as being very versatile and covering a whole field. And I think that Yinlin and JG kind of work together in unison. JG covers all the burst DPSs that need huge chunks of skill damage, obviously, or skill substats to boost them up and increase their damage. Yinlin covers all the liberation people, basically anybody who mostly likes to stay on field so far, those being the Zhang Liao, those being the Cal Charles. Jian's an exception because we need someone with heavy attack, and don't worry Jian mains, I'm sure you guys are going to get a future character. That's what all gacha games kind of do. If there's a 4-star version like Mortefi, there's going to be a 5-star version, an upgraded character that does more than what Mortefi does and still buffs heavy attack. So Jian's probably going to get some sort of character, like a future character that synergizes with him and gives them a buff. Now let's get into Shorekeeper. Where am I going to rank Shorekeeper? This is an unofficial tier list, guys. We will do an official one when she comes out. If I was to rank Shorekeeper's value just off the hybrid units and everything I've been talking about so far, I would say Shorekeeper would go here. Now, reason being, why would I put Shorekeeper at the top, right, out of all the units? Number one, guys, we already know how valuable at least Verena has been for everybody if you have her. Verena, guys, is literally working 12 hours a day, overtime, all the time. She's literally on everybody's teams if you have her. She's the best healer in the game without a doubt. I know if you guys pick Baiji, then if you guys like her, but Baiji's not no Verena, objectively speaking. I would have loved if these two were flip-flop, you know what I mean? Like if Baiji got Verena's kit, you know, Baiji, I like the character design more, but nonetheless, Verena's OP. So why is she more valuable? So she won't beat Verena in healing, but all around the damage amplification is huge. What we're hearing from Shorekeeper, crit hit or crit rate increase, right? That is ridiculously crazy. Because now what it allows us to do is take characters like Jin C, and I want to tell you guys something. It's more important to get more crit rate, like high crit rate on Jin C, guys, and you can lower the crit damage for her a little bit, because when she lands her crit, it's a huge nuke damage, you know what I mean? So you want to guarantee the crit, and you never really want to miss with Jin C. Now what you can do is, let's say if you had something like 80, and if you've been grinding your substats and you got it up there, you can now take a piece off of Jin C, maybe get 70 crit rate, right? On Jin C, increase that crit damage even more, take a crit damage piece, slap a Shorekeeper on the team now, right? And now you have bigger damage there because she's going to buff that crit. She's going to make up that crit. We don't know the official numbers, guys, for how much Shorekeeper's crit will be buffed. Obviously, given that JG buffs skills, or JZ, however you want to call her, buff skills by 25%, I believe. You guys can correct me down in the comments below. I forget the actual number, but I believe it's anywhere from 20 to 25%. Sorry guys, always late at night forgetting stuff. Pardon me for being dumb sometimes. But we can probably expect anywhere, I would say 15, I wouldn't say 10, 15 highest if I'm being very optimistic and Kuro wants to make this character really busted, 20%. But let's just take 10 to 15 for example. Even 10% crit rate buff all around for anybody who's struggling, just trying to get that 70 to 20 to 30 plus, right? This is going to be a huge bonus, you know what I mean, for that. Just those characters like Jin C get a boost, characters like Jian get a boost, characters like Chang Li get a boost. And if you guys are wondering, in a boost it means building the character, guys. You guys can increase the damage now. And crit rate is a little bit of an annoying stat, guys, because it's like, even though you roll crit rate and crit damage, it's random, right, guys? It's a 50-50 chance you get one of those, you know what I mean, when it comes to the crits. You just don't know which one you get. On top of that, crit rate rolling, it's very rare, I feel like, to get 9 to 10, at least my odds have been, guys. I've rarely gotten a piece where I get like 9 crit rate or 10 crit rate. There have been multiple times I've gotten 8. Most of the times I do roll 7. So for her, if she was to buff anywhere from 10 to 15, huge for all DPSs. And that could dramatically change the list, because now it's allowing us to even push further and deepen our builds. The same thing is with healing, right, guys? So because of healing too, she's gonna be able to sustain, and she's finally our first limited sustain, but a second 5-star one, and that's gonna benefit everybody. Like literally, she synergizes with every single character, because even though one aspect, let's say DPS, that doesn't have crit, or someone that does do damage, doesn't utilize crit or anything like that in the future, you still have her healing there, and you still have her potentially doing damage. As far as damage, what type of level of damage we can see? Well, taking aside, and guys, I'm putting her back right here, but I'm gonna put her up. This where I'm about to place her right now is just for the amount of damage she could potentially do. Potentially damage we could see, depending on how they want to do it, maybe around here or maybe here as far as damage wise. The reason I'm saying that is because I think Kuro Games wants to, like I said, build these hybrid units, but I don't know how far they are pushing here. However, Kuro has shown us they haven't shied away from giving us a ridiculously strong unit, so it could be potentially in the S tier. I don't know if they're willing to push Shorekeeper's damage levels to us, you know, something crazy, right? Like, I don't know if they really want to go sub DPS level. If they do, then again, this warrants this spot right here regardless. As far as now a healer, guys, where do I think Shorekeeper is going to be as far as healing or sustaining or whatever she's going to be doing? I do believe, if I was to take a guess, right guys, just right here behind excuse me, like as far as healing is concerned, right, just right here behind Verena. But all in all, when you really think about that, guys, right, as an all-around character, the fact that one character in 3 different aspects, right, is very high, like S tier and above in 3 different categories than most. That's what we can say for most, right? Because most characters are limited to a single role, you know, DPS, sub DPS, and amplifier, so they got 2, right? For her to be all 3 and us needing sustains, right, most valuable unit in the game. And if you're going to ask me, should you pull or something like that, I'll do a deeper video when everything comes out for her. But as of right now, what we're hearing, what the rumors are for Shorekeeper, I think she's a must pull because she's just super future proof, guys. It's very hard for me, and I say this right now, but they'll probably make the next character or future characters crazy. But as of right now, I feel like if you don't have Verena, she's a must pull. If you do have Verena, she still is a must pull because now you have 2 units and she does different things than Verena. And if you even have Verena and Baiji built up, I feel like then maybe you can consider skipping this character. But even then, I want to ask you, you guys should ask yourself this question. With everything I'm saying, you know, doing damage, amplifier, and healer, do you really want to miss out on a unit, especially if that, you know, damage amplification is a crit rate boost? Do you really want to miss out on a unit like this? I don't know. But these are my all-around thoughts. That's it for this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your boy AJ. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.